This is the whole reason that we are doing this project. This light bulb is no good. That got me to thinking, if we're changing the light bulb, might as well change the corner lenses. If we're changing the corner lenses, we might as well change the headlight assemblies. If we're changing the headlight assemblies, might as well do LED bulbs. Since we're already here, why not just change out the grille to something that looks cooler? That's what we're doing. So this is what we're going to be working on today. It's a 2003 Toyota Tacoma PreRunner, which is a two-wheel drive. We recently inherited this vehicle. I have already tinted the windows, but I still have one more window to do. We're going to get this pulled in and get started on it. All right, now that we have the truck in here, we'll kind of go over some things that we're probably going to have to address at some point, but we've only got a couple things that we're taking care of today. So this corner light has a silver bezel here, the outer edge here, and it was supposed to be chrome. I actually ordered that wrong. The grill's kind of faded, headlights are faded. This corner has moisture, got some moisture in here. There's a bulb burnout here, and I figured since we're gonna have to replace this bulb, might as well change the corner light and the headlight. And one reason to get rid of the headlight is to take care of the haziness. And I thought, well, if we're gonna replace this corner and this headlight, why not replace the grille? So I've got a new grille. That's one of the things we're gonna be tackling today. And like I mentioned before, I've already tinted the windows. I am not a professional. That's why you don't see a video on me tinting the window. But I will say I found a seller on eBay that already has the pattern and the template. And they will send you a kit that is pre-cut. All you have to do is shrink it on the window. I do want to give a shout out to that guy that is DIY tint kits. Put a link in the description that will get you to him. Enough talking. I'm going to get to work. And I'm going to try and get this window tinted, and then we'll get on to the grill. All right, so you can probably tell I did get the windshield done. Here in just a second, we'll be getting to the grill. And I've got something kind of cool that I'm going to add to it. And everything that I bought for this video was from eBay, and I'll have links in the description below if you want to get any of what I've got for this. All right, let's go see what the Toyota looks like outside. We got that front windshield tinted. We can also take a look at what it looks like before we change the grille and the headlights. So let's go take a look. All right, got the truck in the garage, and we have all the accessories out. So here you can see the new lights and this grill. So what I'm going to do now is turn my attention here, and I'm just going to start taking this apart. And I might start with the bottom lights just because I think they might be a little, they're going to be easy to get to. And in addition to making all these changes, I'm also putting brand new LED bulbs in everywhere. These are going to be the headlight bulbs. These are the high-end low beams. All this is Amazon. So we got the headlight bulbs. We have, these are actually going to be for the instrument cluster. These are going to be our corner lights, and these are the lower turn signals. All right, to remove this, I'm going to start with unplugging. Actually, I know I can get this bulb out by doing it this way. All right, so I'll get that bulb here in a second. Looks like a Phillips screw to remove this, and that should allow us to actually, we might be able to just push it right in. Okay, so that was a whole lot easier than I expected. Well, here we go. We got this one out. I'm gonna go grab the other one to install this new one. Just put it in the same way that old one came out. Snaps right into place. Now I don't have to worry about this. I just change the bulb. So this is the bulb we're putting in. This is the one we're taking out. This is an amber color. It's a 4157. And that is all there is to it. So let's see what it looks like. All right, well, not a huge difference until we compare them side by side. So let's turn it on and see what it looks like. Okay, well, I'm gonna put the original bulb back in. I don't like that hyper flash. I'll get something to fix that, whether it's a relay or a resistor to put on that bulb. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that bulb changed out. I'm also gonna change this one out, and then we'll come back. Got the left one, got the right one. Now we're gonna start changing out the rest of these lights and the grill, and we're going to start with the corner lenses. It's going to be pretty straightforward. We've got a Phillips screw right here. And then I believe this just pops straight out. I'm going to move you to a tripod. All right, here is this corner lens. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and change our bulb and get this put into the new lens. So these are the bulbs that I got, and hopefully these will not cause any issues. This is a 2003. I didn't think that we'd have any issues with the flashing, but that's probably just based on resistance. We're definitely not ready to put that in yet. I do kind of want to see what these look like, so let's turn the lights on. Looks like the correct color. All right, I'm going to get the other one out. So I don't know if you can see right here, this catches this tang right here, and there's a piece that's broke off right here that is right here. So this is the original and in pretty brittle shape. And you can see this is the whole reason that we are doing this project. This light bulb is no good. And when you're pulling these little stickers off, the adhesive on these is pretty aggressive, and if any of it sticks, it's going to want to peel, like shred, and you don't want that because it could compromise the seal from the socket and the plastic. So be careful taking that off so you don't have to worry about that. So we got this bulb in. Now it's time to figure out how this grill comes out. So I'm going to pause here for a minute. I think I need to grab some plastic trim removal tools, and I'll get a game plan and come back. Okay, real quick, just to show you how this piece comes off. You have a clip here, one here, and then one down here. And then you can also look at this, and where the rectangles are, that's where they snap into place. So I will pop the other one out. Okay, that was easy. I'll try to show you these mechanisms. So the way this works is this pushes in over that tab, and that tab snaps up, and you have to push it down in order to get it to release. So that's what I was working on there. This one's a hard one to get to. That one's a hard one to get to, but that's all there is to it. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the headlights. There's a 10mm here and two 10mm here, and those bulbs, the assembly should just pop right out. There's one assembly out. Before we put the new ones in, I want to test fit the bulbs, and hopefully that works out. Something I want to show you that's pretty important. If you go to install this bulb, when I initially went to install it, it was what I would say is upside down, because this came out of the top, and I'm just of the school of thought that if you have a wire going into something, it should be on the bottom side so that water doesn't run down into it. So if this ring is not in the right orientation, you can actually remove this, which is also going to be very handy in what we need to do to get this into the bezel. So on this style headlight, there is a rubber seal. And the reason I say it's important, one thing we want to do is we want to note the orientation that this is going to go, which is like this. So we'll keep that orientation, but there's a little area right here that we're going to use that's going to go through this hole right here. So I'm just going to show you how I did this on the other side. We're going to take this off. We'll put the rubber seal around it. We'll put this back on. And then we'll want to flip this cover out. So now we're going to put this in, and hopefully you can see this little tab here. We got to deal with it. And then here we've got this little tang that needs to get under this lip, just like that. Make sure everything's good all the way around. And then now we can flip this cover back over. And now that wire is coming out of the bottom. We have a good seal on that bulb, and we can install this into the vehicle. And I did find on the other side it's easier to get the wires hooked up while it's out. Okay, so the headlights are in. I'm going to put the hardware in, and then I need to take a look at the old grill and the new grill. So I'm going to get those fasteners in, holding that these headlights in. All right, we're getting really close to being able to put the grill on, but just want to show you I've got the wiring ran. I just zip tied it to the center core support, and then kind of like the horn, the wire runs up and over. So I just ran the wire up, came up right here between the radiator and the core support, zip tied it to this factory wire loom, and then I'm coming in over here where the side marker is, and we are going to pick up our power and ground from here. We'll do that just before we get the corner lens on. Just wanted to show you that. And then also what I'm about to do now is get this retro TRD emblem mounted, and it's a pretty straightforward situation. So here you can see there are two holes with some threaded inserts inside, and this is the retainer that will go on the back side to hold it, keep it from moving. So the yellow is on the left side as you're looking at it. I'm happy with that. Does seem like it sticks out quite a bit on the back side, so I will probably trim that off. But I also have to get these mounted on there on the grill before we can put it in place. So these will screw into place there and then on the other side. So I'm gonna get those trimmed off, get these screwed into place, and then we'll come back when we're putting it on. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna see if this fits, and hope for the best. I'm gonna get these lights plugged in. Quite a bit of extra wire here. These do have a nice weatherproof connector. So for now, I'm going to kind of leave those along. All right, I'm going to get this side marker in and see how it holds. All right, I'm going to turn the markers on, and I'm going to just get these LEDs to come on. So we're just looking for a positive and a negative. All right. So it looks like the positive is green and the negative is white with black. I'm gonna make these connections. So as I'm about to finish this up, two things I got left to do. Put these filler pieces on. However, the hood release used to be right here on the old grill. So obviously these Chinese parts do not come with instructions. So I'm not sure what the idea is behind that. So what I'm going to do is see how difficult it is to release this. If I have to put something up in there. And then I'll get these filler pieces on. Yep, that's not bad. I thought I was going to have some issues, so let's get these filler pieces on. Let's turn some lights on. Well, that looks pretty good. All right, well, that is the last of that, but I do want to show you one other thing that we're going to be doing sometime soon. And if you guys in the comments have any suggestions on what I can do to prep this for recoating, and I'm planning on doing a roll-on bed liner, but I just want to show you that while I'm still out here. So that'll be it for this video. If you're here just for the Toyota, you might be interested in another project I have, and that is this 1965 Ford Ranchero with a 5.3 LS engine swap. It is body dropped and on an S10 frame, and I'm getting all the flooring done now. It's on air ride, so if you're interested, maybe check out the playlist I have for that car. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. There will be eBay links to the grill, headlights, and the window tint that I told you about at the beginning of the video. There are also Amazon links for the light bulbs, and when I get a resistor figured out, I'll put that in the link as well for those turn signals.